A brand new niche is taking off on YouTube, and very few people are talking about it. There's a channel with only 22 videos that's already over 30,000 subscribers, with almost every upload getting massive views. But that's not all. All of this started on TikTok, where a creator went from 0 to 150,000 followers in just a few weeks, and every single video was hitting millions of views. And that same creator even started selling a course, showing the approach that's building him a steady monthly income. But today, I'm revealing the entire process completely for free. Now, this niche is special because it isn't just about typical generic horror videos. These videos share real horror legends, told in a way that grips the viewers right from the beginning, and that sense of authenticity keeps people watching all the way through and even come back for more. Now, unlike most of the so-called gurus out there, I'm not keeping anything secret, because on this channel, I show the real steps to start a YouTube automation business without selling you anything. And that's why by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to get into this niche, create videos that people actually watch, and start a faceless channel with a real potential to grow. Now, to make this even easier for you, I've split this video into two parts. In the first part, I'll show the entire process using powerful tools that partly automate video creation, so even beginners can make viral videos in just a few minutes. And in the second part, I'll show you how to make videos that are even better than the original ones out there, using only free AI tools, so you won't have to spend a single dollar to get started. So now let's start with the first part of the video, which takes us straight to one of the most important steps, creating a strong and memorable channel. Now, for this step, we will use ChatGPT, so once you are in, start by telling it that it is a branding expert and that you want it to generate 10 channel name ideas for a channel in the horror niche. Below that, I have entered a few direction prompts, so make sure to copy the exact prompt that I'm using from here, or you can get it from my free Telegram channel linked below. And once you use this exact prompt, ChatGPT will generate 10 channel name ideas that you can use for your channel. As you can see, all of them are solid and match the vibe of the niche perfectly. Once that's done, we still need a channel description, so let's create one. To do this in the same ChatGPT session, tell it that it is an expert YouTube strategist and that you want it to create a fully branded, engaging, and SEO-optimized channel description. Next, go through the names above, choose the one you like the most, and copy it. Then, simply paste it into the prompt below, so it knows which channel name you have chosen. Right below that, I've provided a few direction prompts as before, so make sure to copy the exact prompt from here to get the best results. And once you use this prompt, ChatGPT will provide you with a channel description tailored specifically to the name you've chosen. It will also be fully SEO optimized and include hooks, which are important for engagement. So now that everything is ready, simply copy everything from here and use it to create your YouTube channel. This step is very simple, so start by entering your channel name, then choose an original channel handle, and finally, add the description you created. And once that's done, you're ready to create the logo, since that's the one element we're still missing. To create the logo, you'll need to use a text-to-image generator and an AI bot to help you with the prompt. In my case, I'll use ChatGPT combined with Leonardo AI since it gives amazing results. To start off, open the same session in ChatGPT and tell it that based on the channel name and description above, you want it to create a detailed image prompt for a YouTube channel logo. Below that, add the instructions for it to follow, or simply copy the exact prompt that I'm using right here. Once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will generate a detailed text-to-image prompt that you will use to create your channel logo. So now that you have a full logo prompt ready, it's time to generate the actual logo. First, copy the entire prompt from here, then head over to Leonardo AI. Once you're in, open the text-to-image feature and watch closely. Start by setting the image model to Leonardo Phoenix, since it works great for logo creation and is my personal favorite. Next, set the image dimensions to 1:1, because that's the standard logo format. And for the rest of the settings, just copy everything exactly as I've set it here, and you'll be good to go. Once that's done, paste the prompt into the prompt field on the right side, then click Generate. The generation process usually takes around 20 seconds, which is pretty fast. And when it's finished, you'll see a set of 4 logo samples created specifically for our channel. They're high quality, look great, and even include our channel name, which is exactly what we want. Now, just pick the one you like best and download it using the button above it. Now that your logo is ready, head over to YouTube Studio and upload it. Adjust it if needed, and if it looks good, click the Done button below. Finally, to save everything, click Publish at the top, and just like that, your channel is fully set up and ready for the next step. Now we will finally get into the video creation process, where the most important step is the video script, because here's the thing. If you just create a basic robotic script and use it for your video, trust me, it won't perform well. That's why now, I'm going to show you a secret method to create a script that is already proven to work and hardly anyone out there is actually talking about it. To start off, open a channel in the same niche that is performing well, for example, this one. Next, look at the most popular videos on that channel and choose choose one for research purposes that has done particularly well. For example, this one. Once you have the video open, click on the share button and then click on the copy button above. Once that's done, head over to a free tool called Tactic and then watch closely. Start by importing the link you copied into the import section. Once that's done, click the button next to it, and within a few seconds, this tool will generate a full transcript, which we'll later use for research purposes to create our own original script. So now that everything is ready, simply click on the copy button and then open a new ChatGPT session. Here, paste everything you copied from the last step and make sure to remove any unwanted text at the top. Next, scroll down and leave a few blank lines at the end. Then, instruct ChatGPT to save everything you've imported. Once you click Generate, ChatGPT will store it all, and you'll be ready to move on to the next step. Now listen closely. Being original is crucial because YouTube doesn't favor copycats, and because of that, I'm going to show you how to create a script that's 100% original and fully optimized for maximum engagement. To start off, open the same ChatGPT session you used before and ask ChatGPT to use the details you shared above to understand the style, pacing, and tone, and then create a new YouTube Shorts video idea. Next, below that, tell it to generate a full video script. Since this prompt is a bit detailed, you can either pause the video here and copy it fully, or get it from my free Telegram linked below. Once you run this prompt, ChatGPT will provide a fully optimized script, about 60 seconds long, with all the viral elements needed to make it highly engaging. At the end, it will also give you a list of 3 video titles to choose from, all optimized for maximum CTR. Now, to get a clean and usable script, ask ChatGPT to remove all timestamps from the script it created, and as a result, you'll have a clean, nicely formatted script, and with that, you'll be finally ready for the next step. Now here's the thing. Up until now, we've only focused on creating the script, and that's for a reason. You don't need to waste time on complicated image prompts or animations, because the tool we're about to use handles all of that for you. The tool I'm talking about is called Vexub, so go ahead and open it. Once you're in, start by clicking on the Create a Video button, and then watch closely. In the first step of the process, you'll see several options. You can use text to video, convert an MP3 to video, make those viral text-style shorts, or even create one from an MP4 file. But in our case, make sure to select the text to video feature. Once that's done, click on the button above, which will redirect you to the next step. In this step, you'll have 2 format options to choose from. You can either create a vertical video, perfect for shorts and reels, or a horizontal video, which is typically used for long-form content. In our case, make sure to select the vertical format and then click the button above to move on to the next step. First, you'll see the narrator feature, which allows you to add a narrator to your video. But for our project, we don't need this, so set it as no narrator. Just below that, you'll find the voices section, where you can choose from several solid options. For this example, I'll select the Mark voice, since it matches the style of the original videos we're modeling after. Once you've chosen your voice, scroll back up to the top of the page, and then click on the button above to move on to the next step. In this step, you'll first notice a feature that allows you to generate a full script using just a simple instruction prompt. It's a handy option, but since we've already prepared our own custom script, we won't need it. Instead, go back to the ChatGPT session where you created your script, copy it in full, and then return to Vexub. Once you are here, simply paste the script directly into the script section below, and that's pretty much it. Once that's done, just click on the button at the top, which will redirect you into the 5th and last step of the process. Now in the final step, you'll need to select an image style for your video. You'll notice there's already a pre-made horror style, but that won't deliver the exact look we're aiming for. Instead, we'll be using a custom style, which you can find at the very bottom of the options. This section allows you to paste in your own custom style prompt, and I've already prepared one that's specifically optimized for our niche. So make sure to copy the exact prompt I'm using to get the best possible results. Once you've done that, simply scroll back up and click on the Generate button, and with that, the generation process will begin. The generation process usually takes no more than about 5 minutes, and once it's finished, you'll see that your entire video is ready to go, complete with all the scenes automatically set up for you. And the best part is that we achieved all of this using nothing more than a simple script. So now that the video is ready, let me walk you through a few important steps that will make it even better. First, check out the scenes on the left side. Some of them might need adjustments. When you find a scene you want to edit, click the edit button attached to it. From here, you can regenerate the image using the same prompt we already created, and you can even adjust the style if you want to try something different. Next, there's a feature for using free stock videos that are already integrated. Simply search for a keyword and replace the scene with just one click. It's that easy. Finally, there's an import option where you can add your own images or videos, giving you full control to customize your final video exactly the way you want. Now I've gone through the entire video, and honestly, all of the scenes look great, so I won't make any changes for now. Next, there's a thumbnail feature that automatically generates a thumbnail for your video. In this section, you can also edit the title. thumbnail. Since we've already created our own titles, go back to the ChatGPT session where you made them, choose the one you like best, and copy it. Then, return to VexHub and paste it into the title section. And with that, you'll see that the text on the thumbnail updates automatically to match your chosen title. Now, if you want, you can even upload your own thumbnail here, but there's really no need since the one generated for us looks pretty solid. Next, let's head over to the sound menu, where you can customize the background music for your video. The video already comes with background music, but if you'd like, you can choose a different track from the music section, which offers several great options. You can also upload your own track using the import feature if you prefer. Then, right at the top of the voice section, you can adjust the background music volume. I like to set it as +5 so it doesn't overpower the voiceover. As for the voiceover itself, you can leave it at 100 since there's no need to lower it. Now with that done, let's move over to the subtitles menu, where you can customize the captions for your video. First, in the section below, you can fully customize the text included in the video, and if there are any mistakes, you can easily fix them from here. Above that, you'll find multiple caption styles, all of which look great and are optimized for viewer retention. While there are several good options, I'll use the espresso style since it fits our video best. Next, to make the captions even better, set the size to around 35 so the text remains readable without standing out too much. Below that, there's an emoji feature, which I'll turn off since it doesn't really fit our video. Finally, for the text position, I'll keep it at 65 so it doesn't appear in the middle of the video. Now the last menu we'll use is the style menu, where you can adjust the transitions between each scene. As you can see, there are several great options, all designed for viewer retention. For this video, I'll go with the fade style since it matches the overall vibe perfectly. You also have the option to add a relaxing video beneath your main content, but since our script is already very engaging, we don't need to use that feature. Now that everything is set, our video is finally ready to be exported. To do this, simply click the export button above. The export process usually takes around 5 minutes, and once it's complete, the full video will be finally ready. In this section, you'll also see your video title, an optimized video description, and the full video script provided below. Once everything looks good, just click the download button above, and your video will be saved. Now that it's downloaded, let's take a look at how the final video turned out.
Did you know there's a road in Mexico where drivers swear they see someone sitting in their back seat? Locals call it La Pasajera, the passenger. One night, a man was driving home alone after midnight. He glanced in his rearview mirror and saw a woman, pale, sitting in the back. But when he turned around, nothing. Shaken, he pulled over, locked the doors, and tried to calm down. But when he looked in the mirror again, her face was closer, her mouth moving, like whispering something he couldn't hear. The man abandoned his car and ran home on foot. When his family checked the car the next morning, there were wet handprints smeared across the inside of the back window. They say if you drive that stretch of road at night, never check your rearview mirror too long, because once she sits down, she doesn't leave.
As you can see, the video turned out great, especially considering we created it in just a few minutes. So now that it's ready, let me walk you through the proper way to upload it to YouTube so you can maximize its growth potential. To start off, open YouTube Studio and upload the video you just created. Once that's done, you'll notice that the title and tags are still missing. But don't worry, we already have everything prepared. So head back into VexHub and locate the description. That description includes the full hook along with SEO optimized hashtags. Copy it, then return to YouTube Studio and paste it directly into the title section. And just like that, the title is ready and fully optimized. So now that the title is ready, let's go over the correct settings you need to select. First, scroll down a little and in the Made for Kids section, make sure to set the answer as no. Then, scroll further down to the Altered Content section and also set the answer as no. Next, if we head over into the Video Check section, you'll see that our video contains no copyright issues and is fully monetizable, which is exactly what we want. So now let's publish it. To do that, head over to the visibility section, set the video as public, and finally click publish. And just like that, your video is live and ready to gain traction. Now that we've finished the first part of this video, let's get into the second part, where I'll show you how to create videos that are even better than the original ones out there, and we'll do it entirely using 100% free AI tools. Now to start off, you'll need to create a full video script just like we did before. The steps are exactly the same, and I've already used them to create a brand new script, which you can see right here, and we don't really need to waste any time because I already showed you the entire process. Now that the script is ready, the next step is to transform it into image prompts that we will use to create the visuals for the video. So let me show you the correct way to do that. In the same ChatGPT session where you created the script, start by telling it that it is an assistant that will generate image prompts based on the full video script we've prepared. Below that, I've included a set of detailed direction prompts, which are crucial to achieving the horror style we're aiming for. Make sure to copy the entire prompt exactly as I've provided, and you'll be all set. And once you run this exact prompt, ChatGPT will generate a list of 5 highly detailed image prompts created specifically for our needs. We only generate 5 at a time because of how detailed they are, so it's easier to work in batches. Once the first batch is complete, you'll notice the ChatGPT will ask if you want to continue with the next set of prompts. At that point, simply type continue and click generate, and it will create the next 5 prompts for the following scenes of your video. Now what you need to do is simply type continue each time a batch is finished, until you have the full list of image prompts for your video. To save some time, I've already gone through the entire process, and in my case, I ended up with 20 image prompts, since the script I created is around 60 seconds in total. So now that you have your image prompts ready, the next step is to turn them into actual visuals for the video. Since we're keeping everything free in this part, I found a great way to create high-quality images that really stand out. For this, we'll use a tool called Canva, which has a built-in image generator. With it, you get about 50 free images per month, or you can even start a free trial that gives you up to 500 images per month, which is honestly crazy. Now, once you're inside Canva, start by clicking on the Create a Design button, and then select Custom Size. Since we're creating a short-form video, set the width to 1080, and right next to that, set the height to 1920. After you've entered the dimensions, click the button right next to that, and just like that, you've created a brand new project with the correct format, and now you are ready for the next step. First, in the menu on the left side, open the Apps section, and then use the search bar at the top to look for a feature called Magic Media. Once you find it, simply click on it, and the image generator will open on the left side. As you can see, this is a fully built image generation tool, where all you need is a prompt to create an image. Right below that, you'll notice we have around 500 free credits. So now that everything is ready, let's go ahead and create the first scene for our video. To start off, open the ChatGPT session where you created the image prompts and copy the prompt for the first scene of your video. Then head back into Canva and paste it into the prompt section above. Once that's done, go to the aspect ratio settings below and make sure to set it to portrait since we're creating vertical images. Once everything is ready, simply click generate and the process will begin. The generation process is pretty quick, usually around 5 to 10 seconds, and once it's done, you'll see that Canva has created a set of 4 images that perfectly match the prompt we used. All of them are in the exact horror style we're aiming for. Now choose the image you like the most and extend it so it covers the entire layout. Once that's ready, it's time to download it. To do that, start by clicking the share button below, then click the download option. Make sure to set the size to maximum for the best quality, and finally, click download again to start the process. So now that we've created the image for our first scene, let's move on and create the next one. Now, just like before, go back to the ChatGPT session where you created your prompts and copy the prompt for the second scene. Then head back into Canva, remove the old prompt from the first scene, and paste the new prompt you just copied. Once that's done, click the generate button below to start the generation process. The generation process works the same way as before, and once it's finished, you'll have a set of 4 new images ready to go. So now, choose the one you like best and add it to your image layout. Next, remove the old image and scale the new one so it fully covers the layout. After that, click the share button above and then click on the download button below. Here, use the same settings we used before and download the second image. Now that you know how to generate the images for your video, you need to repeat this exact same process for all of the remaining images for each scene. And once you've completed this, you'll be ready to move on to the next step. Now in this step, we'll create the voiceover. And to do that, I found a tool that delivers excellent results and is one of the best options on the market right now. The tool I'm talking about is called DupDub, so go ahead and open it. Once you're in, you'll notice a few features on the main page, but the one we'll use is the AI voiceover feature, so go ahead and open it. Once that's done, you'll see a fully built-in voiceover editor with maximum customization options. Now, the first thing we need to do here is enter the script, so head over to your ChatGPT session where you created the script and copy it in full. Then return to DupDub and paste the script into the script section. Once you've entered the script, you may notice small gaps between the lines. These need to be removed, and it's very simple to do. Just select each line and click the delete button to remove the blank spaces. Repeat this for the entire script. Next, on the right side, you'll find the voices section, where you can fully customize the voice for your voiceover. In this section, you'll have access to thousands of voices. You can also filter them using the options above. I'll filter by quality and select ultra quality for the best results. Once that's done, all the voices available in ultra quality will appear below. Now I've found a great voice that fits our niche perfectly, and it's called Daxton, which is the one I currently have selected. To find the same voice, simply type Daxton in the search bar above, and it will appear. Once you've selected the voice, make sure it's active, and that's all you need to do. Now that you've selected a voice, just below it you'll find several options to customize it. First, there's an emotion setting, which you can leave as default or adjust if you want, but I'll keep it as default here. Next, you can adjust the speed of the voiceover, which I won't change, and there's also a pitch setting, which is already already optimized for this voice. You'll also notice a few additional options in the menu above that can make the voiceover more dynamic, but I won't go into those for this video. Now that everything is ready, to generate the voiceover, simply click the Generate button on the right side. Once it's done, let's listen to how it sounds.
Did you know in a small mountain town, people whisper about something called the backward man?
As you can hear, the voiceover came out great and perfectly matches the horror vibe of our video, so we're ready to move forward. To download the voiceover, click on the export button above. Here you'll see multiple export options. You can export as a video, include a green screen, or even add subtitles. Since we want a clean audio file, select MP3, then click export below, and that's pretty much it. Now that we've created all the assets we need, it's finally time to bring everything together and edit the full video. For this step, we'll be using a tool called CapCut, so go ahead and open it. Once you're in CapCut, start by importing all of the assets you've created so far. This includes the images, voiceover, and background track. And as you can see, I've labeled all of the images in numerical order to keep everything organized. Now that everything is ready, start by selecting the voiceover and then drag it down into the editing timeline below. Once that's done, watch closely. In the voiceover itself, you'll notice small gaps between the lines, which are basically pauses that we'll need to adjust. To fix them, place the editing line at the start of the gap, use the cut tool to split it, and then shorten the pause by dragging the end of the voiceover clip. This is simple, but remember, only adjust the longer pauses. Smaller gaps can stay, since this is a horror story, and a slightly slower pace actually adds to the suspense. Now, just to save some time, I've already adjusted the entire voiceover, and yours should look similar to what I have right here. Once all the gaps are removed, select all of the voiceover clips, and in the settings on the right, set the volume to around +3 to +5. This ensures the voiceover stands out clearly. Once that's done, you'll be ready to move on to the next step. In this step, we need to add all of the visuals into the editing timeline. To do that, start by finding the image for the first scene and drag it down into the timeline below. Next, play the video and listen to the voiceover, and when the first part of the story ends, cut the image so it matches the action in the story. Then, take the image for the second scene and place it right after the first one. Again, play the video, and when that part of the story ends, cut the image to match it. Repeat this process for each scene, adding one image at a time and adjusting the cuts to follow the story. And to save some time, I've already done this for the entire video, and your timeline should look similar to what I have right here. Now that everything is ready, let me show you how to add dolly zoom animations completely for free. Start by selecting the first image in your timeline. Then, click the keyframe button on the right side and add a scale keyframe at the very beginning of the image. Next, move the editing line near the end of the image and scale it up to 110%. This will automatically add a second keyframe. Select the ending keyframe and drag it all the way to the end of the image. Now, press Alt+K to open the keyframe editor. Select the first keyframe, and in the settings above, click Auto Adjust. Then, select the ending keyframe and click Auto Adjust again. Now if I close the keyframe editor and play the video, you'll see that we have added a smooth zoom-in animation, and it looks really professional. Now that our first animation is ready, let me show you how to smoothly continue it into the next scene. To do that, start by selecting the second image in the timeline and place the editing line at the beginning. This time, scale the image up to 110%, then add a scale keyframe at the start. Next, move the editing line near the end of the image and scale it back down to its original 100%. A keyframe will be added automatically. Select the ending keyframe and make sure it's positioned at the end of the image. Then, open the keyframe editor. Select the first keyframe and click Auto Adjust, and do the same for the ending keyframe. Now, if you play the two scenes together, you'll see the first image smoothly zooming in, and the second image continues the animation in reverse, creating a seamless transition between scenes. Now that you know how to add zoom in and out animations, let me show you how to create smooth side-to-side motion, which looks really cool. Start by selecting the third image in the timeline and position the editing line at the beginning. In the settings on the right, scale the image to 115%. Next, drag the image to the right side until it reaches the edge. Then, add a position keyframe at the start. Move the editing line near the end of the image and drag it to the left side until it reaches the edge. A keyframe will be added automatically. Place the ending keyframe at the end of the image, then open the keyframe editor and make sure to auto-adjust both keyframes. Once that's done, if we play the video, you'll see the third image now has a smooth side-to-side animation, moving cleanly from left to right, and it looks really professional. Finally, let me show you how to blend the side-to-side animation into the next scene, which will make the transition between images look seamless. Start by selecting the fourth image in the timeline and place the editing line at the beginning. Just like before, scale the image to 115%. This time, start by dragging the image to the opposite side, which in this case is left. Then, add a position keyframe at the start. Move the editing line near the end of the image and drag the image to the right side until it reaches the edge. Place the last keyframe at the end. Now, open the keyframe editor and use auto adjust on both keyframes. And once we play the video, you'll see the previous image moves with a smooth left to right slide, and the fourth image continues the animation in the opposite direction, creating a clean and professional transition. So now that I've shown you how to add zoom and side-to-side slide animations to your scenes, make sure to apply the same process to the rest of your video. While it might seem a little confusing at first, it's actually very simple. And to save some time, I've already gone through the entire video and added all the animations, and it literally only took a few minutes to complete. So now that everything is ready, let me show you how to add effects that will really make your video stand out. Start by opening the effects section in the menu above and use the search bar to find the shake effect. The great thing is, this effect is free, so we're good to go. To apply it, simply drag it above your scenes in the timeline and extend it to cover the entire video. Next, in the settings on the right, set the speed to +2, and then right below it, set the strength to +3. Now if we play the video, you'll see that as easy as that, we have added the viral shake effect in action, and it looks perfect. Now to add a darker, more horror-like vibe, open the effects menu again and search for the vignette effect, which is also free. From there, simply drag it above the shake effect and extend it to cover the full video. And finally, if we play the video again, you will notice how the combination of these effects really brings out the horror atmosphere. And with that, you will be ready for the next step. Now in this step, I'll show you how to add captions that really stand out. To do that, start by opening the text section above, then navigate to the auto captions feature. Here, click on the generate button on the right, and the generation process will begin. This process usually takes around 10 seconds, and once it's done, as easy as that, we have added captions throughout the entire video. Now the problem is, the default captions look basic and don't stand out, so let's fix that. To do that, start by selecting all of the text sections in the timeline, and then open the animation menu above. Navigate to the caption animations section, where you'll find lots of styles to choose from. Some are paid, but there are plenty of good free options. For this video, I'll use this style right here because I really like how it looks like. Next, to make the text more readable, you need to slightly scale it up. And to do that, just drag the corners of the text box so it stands out more, but don't overdo it. Now to make it even more eye-catching, head over into the text menu above, and here scroll down until you find the shadow feature. Once you do, simply enable it from here. And just like that, our captions now look perfect. They're readable, engaging, and really pop on the screen. So now that everything is ready, let's add a background track to give our video that real scary vibe. To do that, start by importing a horror background track of your choice. Once it's imported, drag it right below the voiceover in the timeline. Next, place the editing line at the end of the video and use the cut tool to trim any extra length from the track so it perfectly matches the video. Then, in the settings on the right, set the background track volume to around -15 to -20, so it supports the voiceover without overpowering it. Now to make the audio even smoother, add a 1-second fade in at the start, and then right below that, add a 1-second fade out at the end. Once that's done, select all of the assets above the voiceover, then right-click on them, and click on the Create a Compound Clip button, which will merge all of your assets into a one solid clip. Next, select the compound clip, then open the animation settings on the right. Here, start by adding a 1/2 second fade in at the beginning, then open the out animations. And here, add a 1/2 second fade out animation at the end so the video finishes smoothly. And just like that, your video is fully ready, everything is synced, animated, and polished, and now we can go ahead and export it. To export your video, click the export button above to open the export settings. Here, make sure to match the settings I'm using, so set the quality to 1080p and the FPS to 60 for smooth motion. Once that's done, simply click on the export button below, and just like that, your video will be exported. So now that our video is ready, let's finally see how it came out.
Did you know in a small mountain town, people whisper about something called the backward man? They say he only appears at night, standing at the edge of the streetlights. From a distance, he looks normal, just a tall man in a coat. But the closer you look, the more wrong it gets. His head is turned completely backward, staring at you without moving his body. A teenager once swore he followed it, thinking it was a drunk man. But when he blinked, the backward man was suddenly standing right behind him, without making a sound. By the time he got home, his family said he kept walking backwards into the house, mumbling, "Don't turn around, don't turn around." The locals warn, never let him catch your reflection. If you see him in glass or water, it means he's already inside your house. Some say that's why entire families vanish overnight, leaving their doors unlocked, shoes by the mat, as if they all walked out backwards, together. So, if you're out late and see someone standing too still at the edge of the light, never look twice.
Just as expected, the video turned out insanely good, and honestly, it's even better than many of the original ones out there. So now that you know how to create a full video using only free AI tools, you can upload it the same way we did in the first part. And since you already have a few title ideas prepared, the process will be quick and easy. But listen closely. If you really want this to work, you need to put in consistent effort. This niche isn't saturated yet, so make sure to dive in as soon as possible, because we never know when a niche will blow up and become overcrowded. And as always, keep pushing, and I'll see you in the next one.